Good evening, everybody. This is our webinar number 3 of the webinar series which we are planning, which we have planned rather. And this is really going to be a very interesting webinar today because today we have a woman from the industry who is going to tell us about her experience, what she feels about this industry. So let me first introduce you to our guest speaker today. Her name is Sumit Srivastav, who has been in this industry for over 22 years now. She heads the very big textile machinery exhibition. It's basically called the India ITME, is the Textile Machinery Association, and she heads that. Seema has a master's degree in economics and I think the second master's in the international trade. And she has been working with many other organizations like the World Trade Center, the Taipei World Trade Center, YMCA, and many other activities. In fact, she has been teaching as well, as I see her biodata. Of course, I'm not reading the biodata. Whatever I remember, I've been talking about that. And she has been teaching in DY Patil for over 4 years. So let us understand from her, let us see what vision and what thought she has about this industry, because she handles one of the biggest textile machinery exhibition. In fact, I think that is the second largest in the country related to the machines. And it's going to be a big challenge. I think must be some 27,000 or 30,000 square meters or maybe more. So it's a large task. So let us understand. Seema, I'm going to start the way I started with our other speakers also. See, exhibition has been a industry which is growing. But when we joined, at least when I joined, it was right in the beginning at the nascent stage, I would call it. Nobody knew what it was, and I joined. It was an accident. So let us understand from you, how did you enter this industry? Was it an accident or did you choose to be here? I mean, let us take it from there. Over to you. We would like to know from you.
So, good evening, everyone. Good evening, Himanshuji, and thank you for expressing an interest to, know my story and journey in this industry. I am honored. About the question about whether I chose or whether I by luck came to the industry. As you introduced me, my background is as an economist and as an international trade. I have been working for 22 years, but the years I have spent in the exhibition industry is the last decade. That is from 2010. That is when I joined India ITME Society. Prior to that, I was working in trade promotion and investments, working on the bilateral trade relations between India and Taiwan in all the sectors. So mostly I was into market research and market feasibility studies, facilitating joint ventures, investments, and mostly working in what my education field was, economics. And I don't think I ever thought that I would be organizing exhibition at one point of time, or that would be my core job. I don't think so. However, I had gained experience in organizing delegations and various, debates, conferences in course of my work in previous organization. And when the opportunity came in India, ITME, actually this vacancy was there, and I was kind of looking for a change at the time. And my friend, at one lunch, we were sitting and talking, and then she was reading newspaper, Economic Times, and this advertisement came there, uh, vacancy for executive director. Uh, and she said that, Seema, the profile matches you. Why don't you apply? And I still remember it was the last date of application, 30th of April 2009.
Okay. Okay.
And it was a 30th April afternoon time. Until 5 p.m. I could put in my application according to the advertisement. And I was like, well, and they said preferably a man, preferably above 50 years, okay, with the job profile. And I said, well, apart from those two criterias, I meet all the other requisites of the job. And so I had this, email you have these days. You keep your resume ready. It was not much updated or something, but it was quite all right. Uh, and I just forwarded it to the email given in the newspaper. And my thought was, I'm not sure whether they will call me, because the preference was for a man. And I thought to myself, if they call me to the interview, that job is mine.
So
So
you're confident that if they call you, you will take the job.
yeah, because the job description, I mean, that is a skill I had. And I don't know, fortunately, unfortunately, the focus was more on administration, management, and business development.
Development. Yeah.
There was not the organization was the India Textile Machinery Exhibition Society, but they did not say that this is the only job you have to do, because it is an association as well, so obviously other responsibilities apart from exhibition is there.
Yeah.
So so then yeah, I went for the interview, multiple interviews, and I guess I got through.
No, no, obviously you got through, and you are heading that exhibition today, and it's one of the biggest and talked about shows what we see in this country.
Globally, globally,
Yeah, globally. Yeah,
it
yes,
is,
yeah.
yes, it is the second largest in this sector,
Hmm.
in the live machinery show, textile machinery show, the second largest in the world after Europe.
Okay, okay. So,
Yes,
so see, the job was meant for not. It was not meant for a lady or a woman. It was also not meant for a young person. It was meant for somebody who's above 50 or 50 plus. You applied, you got in. Why I'm making this particular statement is there are students here who are attending this particular webinar, and I want them to know
yes,
that even though things were not in your favor or things were not specified as it was specified in the advertisement, you still went ahead and applied for it, and you got it. So there is nothing that if there, it is mentioned in the ad that okay, this is what the criteria. Of course, uh, you need to follow certain norms, but you can always give it a try and still apply. And if you succeed, today you see the success story. Now you got into this particular trade. Are you happy to be in this trade? I think you're, yeah.
yeah. um, from the bottom of my heart, I can say that I'm 100% happy. It is not even 99.99, it's 100% job satisfaction. um, it matches my need for challenges,
Yeah.
because as you said, that it's not about I applied for a job and I got the job. I didn't apply for a job, I applied uh, to meet that challenge. That advertisement actually was a challenge to me, and I felt that I can do this job. The the criteria matched me, except for certain restrictions which was in the interviewer's side, not from my end. And I think today, even the management board who had selected me has full satisfaction in their choice, and the generosity or the proactiveness or the modern thought process they took in giving me that opportunity, you know, despite what they wanted as a woman, as a very young person than what they were looking for. They took the risk of giving me that opportunity, and I am very thankful, and I am also respectful to all those people, because they brought in a change in the trend. They also brought in a change in the mindset of people, because in the beginning, and I can see that I have few of my colleagues also in the participant list, and I can also share this, Himanshuji, that there was initially, I think everybody had this, a lady, how can she manage an industrial exhibition, that too live exhibition? And we have about 87, 88 countries participating, and it's tough for a man as well, and a 6-day event with 7 days of pre-construction days. So everyone was like, and I must say that I was little thinner and at that point of time, and they were like, I hope she can handle it. But they took that decision, and they gave me that opportunity. Uh, and I feel that in that way, they were very progressive. I am extremely happy. And I believe in the 10 years I have given to the organization, I have delivered more than what they expected, you know.
Fantastic. Fantastic. So now I'm okay. Though you have said it, my question is now. See, for a woman, there are what are the challenges in this industry? Because particularly because this is considered to be a very labor intensive industry. Also, you have these late working hours. You have to be on the site. Exhibition sites are very tiring sometimes because your certain activities are not do not go as planned, because there is, in fact, there is a saying that if there is nothing goes wrong on the exhibition site, that means there is something wrong. So it can't be smooth. I mean, that is how we have seen. I'm not saying everywhere uh, it is bad, but sometimes things go bad, materials don't reach, trucks have problems, there is a failure somewhere. So how do you, what do you think? I mean, is it really very, very challenging? And how did you manage to cope up with these challenges?
So you're absolutely right. Every exhibition is different. Even if you're doing the same series, each event is different from the previous, and each event brings its own challenges. And I think all of us in the exhibition industry knows that there is one smooth, seamless event which is happening on the outer side, and there is a chaos which is happening behind the scenes,
Very true, very true.
So and where live machinery is concerned, uh, so in total the India ITME exhibition has about 73 service partners.
Yes.
So getting all the service partners, to work together, come together to deliver that event, that is one of the biggest challenges.
Sure.
I would say the exhibition industry is mentally challenging, it is physically challenging, And you really need to have the grit and, I would say, determination within yourself that no matter what, I am going to execute this with or without cooperation. I mean, that is my bottom line. I say always, you do it well, I will be happy. You don't do it well, I will get it done, with you or without you. So it's your choice to be on the board. Well, I guess most of them choose to be on the board. So that is one. And then, so this is a challenge which is common for man and woman, whoever is working in the exhibition industry. Nothing special for a woman. I'm sure all of you face the same situation. Uh, then comes the question where, as a woman, whether I face any specific challenges in terms of physical exertion, in terms of the timings, in terms of the mental this thing. I would like to say this, that personally, from my end, I never, from the childhood itself, I never saw myself as any less to another person, or a man or a woman, does not matter. If I know my job, I know my job. If I don't know my job, I'm very honest about it that this is something I cannot handle. So from my point of view, from my mind, I never had a disadvantage as a woman. This was always in the mindset of the other people, you know, that, oh, as a woman, it is their perception and their problem. That is how look at it. You have, I mean, that is, I don't have a problem. It's your behavior, your perception, your concerns. They themselves will have to deal with it. And I guess once initially I had to work hard to change those perceptions with patiently, because it's nobody's fault, it is our social setup, you know.
Bilkul,
And
bilkul.
India as a country is a still evolving country, uh, and in terms of gender equality, and even religious and economic equalities, that a that a citizen be treated as a citizen, not as a man, not as a woman, not as a girl, boy, or rich or poor. So we still have a few years more of evolvement as a society. And I think every step, every woman who comes into this industry or any other industry where less numbers are there, are changing these perceptions, and we will reach there. So to directly answer your question, I never considered myself less than a man, and I never failed because of my gender.
In fact, I remember I was reading some of the interviews, one of the interviews of yours, very recent one, and there that's where you said that being a woman, in fact, I have certain better qualities than a man. I mean, of course, you are not trying to compare or putting anybody down, but you were saying that I have these other qualities that okay, I'm shouldering a responsibility of my family. At the same time, I also have a very dedicated way of looking at things, how to come over all these issues which come in your day-to-day life, and that makes you more stronger than a man. I mean, that is a statement which I read through in one of your interviews I recently remember. So, having said that, what would you? I mean, would you recommend exhibition as a career to freshers, and especially to the girl candidates or the people who would be clearing their graduation or whatever new areas of work. In fact, today you don't have just BSc, BA, BCom. You have BMMs and BMSs and multiple other activities what people do. So, would you recommend this as a career?
Absolutely. Uh, I think exhibition industry can be one of the most fulfilling uh, careers for any person, both men and women. And uh, I must say this: we have a lot of industry colleagues here, and all of us, because today exhibition industry is not a very, the government doesn't consider this industry, as of now we are not official, organized, or considers this industry as a generator of employment or income, or in a
Yeah.
structured way.
Correct.
So every single person who's in this industry today, in the senior level, are there for because of their passion for this industry, because they enjoy the challenges. And we being, probably the pioneer group in developing this industry in our country, face more challenges in terms of law, in terms of permissions, in terms of venues, in terms of every other facility for organizing an exhibition in India. Yet, I think we are one of the, despite the tiring time and everything, at the end of the event, I see a smile, a satisfaction, a contentment in every exhibition organizer, tired sipping a cup of coffee after in the dust and at the venue, but they are happy,
True.
which is not something which we can tell about a banker or many other career, because they are there probably for the prestige or probably for the money. But all of us today who are in the exhibition, I cannot say for tomorrow, we are there for the challenge it brings, we are there for the passion it brings, and we are ready for facing all the hurdles which come our way. And when we cross that and finish it, and every exhibitor, after, whether it is after argument or fight or whatever it is, but when they are all out of the gate of the exhibition venue, I think the light in this in your mind, on your face, in your heart, of having accomplished something, bringing together so many people, having them all out of the venue safely, nothing matches that. Nothing matches that. So this is a wonderful career to have. And I also would like to say that this is not compartmentalized industry, in the sense, if you are an exhibition organizer, you get the opportunity to, say, work with technology, you get the opportunity to work with advertisement, you get the opportunity to work with press, you get the opportunity to work with designers, you get the opportunity to work with different kind of services which is required. So it completes you, it gives you great learning, which is very few other careers can offer this kind of exposure in a 360-degree way. Because usually you are compartmentalized and you are stuck to one track of your career. You specialize in one thing and you walk in that. Here you can be actually, I would say, uh, jack of all arts and master of all arts as well.
Great. So you 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 recommend this as a career, though it is not a very organized way of doing activities. I'm not saying that we are all disorganized. We are all organized, but there are certain times where, though you have planned everything well, things go wrong. Things do not fall in place the way it is expected to be, and then that is where the challenge starts. Uh, Now, what happens is there is always a challenge about you getting right people at the right place. We get many people who have absolutely no knowledge about what exhibitions are and how they can work and in what department they will fit in. So we keep trying them. ठीक है थोड़ा टाइम आप sales करिए, then you do some amount of marketing, and then wherever we find him to be a little better, and then we try to fit in. Of course, that happens in many other companies, but here there is no specific engineer आता है तो engineering में ही काम करेगा. Yes, it is nothing like that. Now, therefore, many organizations do take interns. So, does your organization also have this practice? See, your organization is not a private organizer. You're basically, I would treat you as one of the industry associations, and industry associations have their positives, negatives, limitations, because you have, end of the day, listen to the committee. You have certain regulations there. So does your society or association take on interns, and if they take on interns, for what kind of period, and what is the selection procedure?
Okay. So your observation was very correct. Um, I would just take 1 minute to explain the structure of India ITME Society.
Yeah.
It is a non-profit body. It is an industry body. We also have Government of India, Bureau of Indian Standards on the board. So one IAS officer is also our vice chairman.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. So many people don't know this fact. We also have four industry associations who are whose chairmen are on the board of India ITME Society. Uh, and the society do not take direct membership of any company, but the membership comes through these associations, because the associations are members of India ITME Society.
Okay. Okay.
So overall, our outreach is, across the country. Very large number of membership base we have access to through our, sponsor members, and of course with the government we work. We also participate and contribute in any government activities which is there, especially when it comes to participating in different councils, giving advice on the industry and things like that. We also, as an industry body, have international MOUs with associations in countries across the globe, and also International Trade Center Geneva, that is a United Nations body.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. The main objective of forming the society by the industry associations, 40 years. This year we completed 4 decades of service to the industry in India, is promoting technology transfer, research, education, trade, investment in the capital goods sector, focusing on the textile machinery. Exhibition is one of the public activities which happen, periodically, but that it is not limited to exhibitions. This is the public activity. We also have many B2B meetings which happens throughout the year. We also support research, and to your question, we also support student placement and internships, especially in the textile engineering institutes. So there is two different thing. You asked about internship, but your question was mostly focused on the exhibition industry internship.
Bilkul, yeah.
Yeah, but the internships which we focus on is mostly for the textile engineering students who finish their post graduation and would like to avail facilities, placements in working with the textile industry.
Textile industry, okay.
Since we are associated with various institutes, we provide those facilities. So that is one part. The second internship which we offer is also for absorbing into the society, where the exhibition is one key activity.
One area, yeah.
Yes. So usually we give 1 year internships, paid internships. Okay. Yes, paid internships. We try to select directly from the institutes who approach us. There are also students who are interning with us. I think we have around three at this moment, who are studying and interning, and they are not from any management or anything. They are pursuing their BCom and things like that, but they are also working with us. So that is also an opportunity we give. And at the end of the day, so this gives us opportunity to assess the quality or the capacity or the talent of these students who join us, and we can find out that within 1 year that this person is good with it and this is good with it, and then we can kind of allow them to work under that particular activity and develop their skills. So we do that. We definitely do. We also do a lot of direct recruitment, but we have a very small team. You would be very surprised that we are only a team of 11 people, the core people, and then support staff and, like clerical services and all. So total, even then we have only 15 people, where we organize this exhibition where 93 countries participate, around 1,500 exhibitors come. I think our total net area is some 63, 64 thousand square meter. I'm talking of net exhibition area. The gross, of course, goes to 1 lakh plus. Um, and this 15 people manage this. We also organize overseas exhibition, you know. So, yeah, I must say that we have a very strong team and a very dedicated team.
I'm sorry, I sometime back in the introduction I said some 30,000 square meters, so I was totally wrong. It is 63,000. I was talking about the net area, but 63,000 is a large show.
Yes.
It's huge, and managing that with just 15, 17 people,
Yeah.
it's a great achievement. And I know what goes in, and when you have people coming from other countries, then you need to take care of those. I think you all also run these buyer seller meets, which
Yes.
I know. So I think
Yes.
that takes a lot of your time in that as well.
Yes, we have buyer seller meets. We receive a lot of delegations from overseas. We also organize, the technology training programs, lectures from. So we are working on having some tie-ups with some foreign universities, because one of the key areas where we work as a society is the as all of us know that the research activity in our country is little behind, behind
Yeah.
the required quantity and measure. So we have to depend many times on foreign universities for information on the latest research and technology available in West. And we run this program periodically, inviting lectures from overseas universities. And this is attended by the students of the Textile Engineering Institutes. We
Okay.
issue certificate also to participation certificate also to these students, so that it helps them in their career. We also help them get internships or placements in overseas countries, in multinational companies of textile
Oh
companies.
wow.
So all this work the society does, which is, as I said, the exhibition is only the public
One part.
activity.
One
Yeah,
part.
but we throughout the year run around students, we run around institutes, we run around trade delegations, so lot of activities. Yeah.
So it is good that even there is a lot of information which I have also gathered about the society, because I knew, because me being in the exhibition industry, I knew more about the exhibition part than the other areas what you work. So this is really a great thing to understand from you. So when you said that these recruitments happen, interns are there. So I now at least the students can look at the positive side of work, looking at such associations. One association is your association, but there are associations who can recruit, take them on, and then they can, wherever they feel is the right area of their job satisfaction, then they can continue with that.
Yes.
So these interns, do you normally confirm them, get them back, absorb them, or yeah, as you said that you help them to get into the other organizations globally, you try to uh, get find them jobs somewhere there. So will it happen even if these BCom or BAs or BMMs join you and work as interns? Would there be any?
Yes, so that usually the textile engineering interns we do not absorb because the society do not have technical jobs, for which they have specialized. But we do help them get connected to the industry companies who are looking for vacancies and help them out. In terms of the general candidates who join us to work, yes, if a vacancy opens up, always the first application, the first right of refusal is given to people who are working, provided because we prefer to. So there are, since I have joined in, I prefer to take postgraduate
Candidates,
education
okay, yeah.
candidates. So if you are a fresher, if you are already experienced in the industry and you are graduate also, that is fine. But if you're a fresher, I prefer, for the simple reason that I feel the exhibition industry is very communication oriented. You need maturity to deal with the stressful communication which may at times happen, or not at times, most often happen with exhibitors, with venue owners, with
Very true.
service partners. um, and you need a certain amount of maturity and also a certain amount of confidence to face the aggression. A BCom pass, I mean, not this thing, but let me rephrase it. A graduate is too young, 21 years, and pushing him to lion, I think, is unfair on all of us, and judging the performance. So this is how we look at it. But they are still happy to welcome to continue, their studies. And in my office, personally, I am a big, what you say, fan of studies. And I don't care whether you get a certificate or anything, but learning is very important for me. And I think most of my staff hate me for that, because every year it is compulsory for them to undergo training program. Any different kind of subject is fine with me. I send them for various training programs. I also encourage them to enhance their existing educational qualifications, and it is a compulsory part in their evaluation. So we have an evaluation form which is given out every February to the staff, and these are columns which they need to enter and show that they are not the same person they were 1 year back. They have added value to their personalities, their knowledge, their learnings, for them to be considered for any increment next year.
Fantastic. In fact, you are making them grow in their personal their careers, not necessarily only in their careers. In fact, as I know, you have people. There is a very less manpower turnover. What I have seen in your organization, and people stick around. People have been there for years in your organization. So this is one way great.
Yes, we have minimal attrition, and it is, I would say, I would like to think so. You can always verify from a few people, but I would say that it is a very stable, positive, thriving work atmosphere in our office, for everyone concerned. Everyone concerned. We
Great.
even encourage, I must say that even like I have at this point of time a daughter of one of our employees working with us.
Oh,
um,
okay.
yeah,
Okay. In fact,
she,
just for the benefit of the students who have logged in here, joined in, I
yeah.
want to tell them that India ITME Society also does an event which a particularly a girl or a lady or a woman would 100% like is those they do their fashion shows after the show, after their event. And that is, I happen to be there for one of their events, and it is it's grand, it's organized well, it's really attended well. And so see the opportunity. It's just not that that tiring part. There is that glamour also which is attached, and you see, you can get into many of these activities as well. So
Yeah, we also, I would add to that, Himanshu we also have award programs and online programs for
yes,
women entrepreneurs.
yes,
So any girl who would like to, but of course it is sector specific because it is textiles, so we need
true,
sectors. But if
true.
there is a fashion designer and things, we do a lot of support work for women entrepreneurs.
So this is another great area to look at, and I think students should look at these particular segments which they have never see. Anybody who passes out or who clears their graduation, they always look for very specific jobs. I mean, people, as you talked about banking, or people do get into hospitality. Nobody looks at exhibition, or nobody has really come. I have not come across anybody saying, specifically saying, that I want to get into exhibitions.
Himanshuji, on that, I would like to add is what you are doing today, you know, because exhibition industry is not talked about.
Yes, yes,
We since we don't promote ourselves, and this kind of program which you are doing, I think is going to be an eye opener, and also spread the information about this industry, what job opportunities are there, how fulfilling it is as a career when you know when you finish the series. I'm sure a bouquet of opportunities will be viewed by the younger generation. So I must congratulate you for thinking about this particular theme where it was a need and it was a gap for our industry.
yes.
So thank you for doing this.
Thank you so much. No, in fact, sorry, Imagine the reason was, every time when I wanted to join an exhibition, I would say, okay, I want to go get into Messe Frankfurt or Messe Dusseldorf. I never said that I wanted to join an association. Fortunately, I had an opportunity to work with IMA for Electrama, but that it just came my way. I didn't go there. I think you're gone. Sorry, yeah,
We met first time when you were at IMA, I believe.
that's right. That's right. So it so happened that I happened to go there. But see, here the series also, I have had the first speaker was Ravinder Sethi. He is from the exhibition logistics side. Second one was Mr. Binu, who is providing infrastructure. Today I have you as from the association. Next is going to be Sonia Prashar, who's from the German organizer, and she has another role to play. Then we have BIEC gentleman, Mr. Bala, who is from the venue side.
You should get Ambu, Mr. Ambu.
Ambu, he should be available. If he's available, I would love to have him as well.
Yeah.
Now he has become the UFI
UFI
president.
president, yeah. But see the opportunity.
Yes,
Why I brought Mr. Ambu's name up is for everybody to know that see, it is not the opportunity, the exhibition industry did not just open up opportunities in our country, but it opened up an opportunity for an international platform.
yes,
I mean, Mr. Ambu is from the exhibition industry,
yes, yes.
from an
And
association.
it's a proud moment for all of us
Absolutely.
in exhibition industry in
Absolutely.
India,
Absolutely. Yes.
that he is
So
on that global body.
there
Yeah.
is no limit to where one can reach in this industry, I mean, in terms of prestige, in terms of career, in terms of growth.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And see, people don't see people. Ravinder called himself a coolie and said, "I'm a sophisticated coolie." But I was telling him that if that coolie is not there, or if that supply of that exhibit is not there, the exhibition is not complete. I mean, see what important roles these specific segments play. How a hall authority, of course, today we are much better off with IEML as one good facility, or BIEC, or even for that matter, even Mumbai, the exhibition center NESCO is quite well equipped than what we saw it 20 years ago. But these are the segments. Nobody goes and says that I want to join NESCO. Nobody goes and says I want to join BIEC. Everybody wants to join only exhibition organizers. So the main purpose of doing this was, yes, they should know, everybody should know that there are these areas also. And
Correct.
a little step ahead is going to be, I thought of doing the basic training for these people. So they know of what is a layout, they know what is a budget, they know how marketing is done, they know sales and other areas, what operations are. So I am going to get into this particular training activity as well, maybe in another couple of months, once we are a little streamlined. So then we will get into that and then understand that how people will, and then we will give you a job ready person, the person who has the basic knowledge. So it's not that he will be the skilled guy or skilled lady or girl, but they will have the basic knowledge. So that is how we want to progress from here.
Himanshuji, I can, at this point of time, offer you this,
Yeah,
that as I previously also said, that what the concept, the thought process which you have brought into in organizing this series is need of the hour. And again, now the next one which you are saying about the training programs which you are
yeah,
intending to organize, and if you wish to give them on-site exposure as a
yes,
part of your training,
yes,
you know, I would be happy to
fantastic.
offer India ITME societies events, or you can bring them to experience the site, or even send them to office for some time to see how things are coordinated. And what I'm saying is that practical experience,
Yes,
if you are offering in your training for say
on
one
the
month,
job, on the job.
on the job, yeah,
Yeah,
1 month or 10 days or something, I will be happy to extend that
fantastic.
for no cost. Absolutely.
Thank you very much
As a
for this.
support to the industry.
Thank you so much. And if that happens, of course, the candidates will be very happy, and they will actually see what happens behind the scenes.
True.
We are they see these very flashy entrances and nicely done up shows, but if they see it even the previous night, I think how people are pulling their hair and screaming and yelling at each other,
Yes.
I think that experience will tell them that what hard work goes in.
Yes.
So having said this, so you definitely recommend the younger generation to get in to this particular industry. For us, it is a very challenging and very satisfying industry. I'm very satisfied, though it has been very tiring sometimes. So what is the final advice? After this, we will have a few questions. In fact, a couple of questions have already come in, so we will go on to that. But so, what is the final advice you will give them to plan this as a career?
Well, um, I will share what worked for me. Um, I think that honesty to self, and uh, and a passion to self, and I'll explain what I mean by that.
Mhm.
You know, there are two ways to do a job well.
Yeah.
Either that is a dream job which you always dreamt from the childhood, doctor banna hai, engineer banna hai, and all that stuff. I don't think there is any child which comes up saying कि मुझे exhibition industry में job मिलना है. So we cannot call this as a dream job. But this is a job of passion. This is a job of challenge. Or if you look at my case, I per se never thought that I will end up organizing, this kind of industrial exhibition. Never. I mean, when I was studying economics and all, I was in RBI doing something. So, but I have one stubbornness in me, because I feel that my words, my action, the quality of work which I execute represents me as a person, not as an executive director, but me, Seema, as a person. And that has to be honest, that has to be spirited, that has to be passionate in whatever I am doing. And I think that that stubbornness, वो जिद जो है ना, उससे या तो आपका ड्रीम जॉब मिला, नहीं तो जो जॉब मिला उसमें भी आपको पैशन आ जाता है, because it is you who is there, and your work, other people see it, and that is your reflection. Your work is your reflection to rest of the society, rest of the customers, rest of the people. So that is what I tell, or what I would like to share is that have the passion, have the spirit, and respect yourself, whatever you are, girl, boy, old, young. But if I don't respect myself, others will never respect me.
Very true. Very true. I will. In fact, before we take on the questions, I would say, मुझे ये अभी याद आ रहा है, when Mr. Binu was talking, he said this is like an addiction. Exhibitions is an addiction. The moment you get in, though it is, he said that people in the month of February, March, they say that नहीं यार बहुत ज़्यादा हो गया, अभी कुछ नहीं करना है, अभी exhibition नहीं चाहिए. And I am pooped. I don't want to do any more exhibitions. And as you get into June, July, and then they say यार कुछ काम नहीं है, कुछ करते हैं, and then you're back to the grind, or I would say back to the excitement what you do. So it's like an alcoholic. After the hangover, he says I don't want to drink, and a couple of days later he says that now that hangover is gone, now let me get back into it. So
Absolutely.
it's that nasha which is there. So Seema ji, now let us understand a couple of questions which have already come in. I think there was Mahesh Thakur who was asking, are there any new opportunities coming up in the exhibition sector, and how long will it take? Would you like to take? I mean, this is a very open question he has asked.
Yes, absolutely. Now, this year, the 2020 has been little dampening for the exhibitions and events, and not just exhibitions and event. I think almost all the industry across all the sectors have suffered, except for the medical industry and maybe mask industry or something like that. However, we all have to understand that exhibition is a extremely important part of marketing brand and product for every company in every sector. So if a company, and nothing is more outreaching and what you say in terms of value for money spent, exhibitions are the best marketing platform. So to overcome or to cover the losses or the slowdown which the companies have affected, when the exhibitions open up, or let me use another word, when the overall industry normalizes after the COVID, 100% activity will start. There is going to be ample opportunity for events and conferences, not just in terms of the set brands, which is like the already happening ones, but the companies will have to do a lot of small promotions, whether they do it collectively in small groups in regional areas, or whether they do it independently, like press conferences and customer meets and dealers distributors meets and panel discussions, and because they need to get back with their customers, clients, their brand promotion. Most of the companies have missed product launches this year. Most of the companies have missed training programs for their staff, or global international networking they have missed out. So there is going to be a frenzy of activity to catch up. Absolutely, there is opportunity, and exhibitions are only going to thrive more and better. And you also have to notice this, that despite all the what you say slowdowns or hurdles,
Yeah.
we also have opened up a virtual technology exhibition aspect as well.
Yes.
It can never substitute the live event, but it also has opened up and people have welcomed it. It would not have grown so much had the live events happening. So everywhere there is a positive aspect to it. You also can offer virtual activities to in exhibitions
Yes.
in a very smart way. You just need to be strategic and understand where you need to step in.
Very true. Very true. So the next one is Cynthia Thakkar is saying, please, if you may give an insight about the senior management role opportunities for women. Is it mostly male dominated, or how can women reach that post?
Is he talking about the exhibition industry or any senior management role?
I think she would be focusing. Today we are talking about exhibitions, so obviously she will talk about exhibitions. I mean,
Exhibition
let us
industry.
understand that she has talked about exhibitions.
Exhibition industry. Well, you know,
Yeah,
on a
okay.
lighter note,
She says that yes, exhibition
exhibition
industry. Yeah.
industry. I saw that. On a lighter note, I think senior management role for women would be the easiest if you can be, because you can then you don't have to get into the dust and grime and uh, you can have people run around for you. So absolutely, I think women can thrive in senior management provided you have the knowledge, you have the grit, and you have the courage. Because um, all the technical people who are working on the site, or the people who are managing the toughest part of the jobs, are there because they know their job, not because they are weak, you know. So if as a leader you cannot add to their job in a positive way, you are no one would respect you. So if a woman has that knowledge, experience, and the courage, uh, nothing, nothing,
Nothing can
nothing,
stop her.
yeah, nothing can stop her or him. You know, I mean, I think these certain qualities are required for everyone. You know, whether it is a man or whether it is a woman or whether it is exhibition industry or whether it is army or whether it is everywhere. See, it is not about gender. You have to compete to be on the top, and in top you can only have a pyramid. You know, very few people on the top, because you need to have the combination to be there, the combination of things to be there.
And once you have that in you, once you have क्या वो जोश अगर आप में है, and that dedication अगर है, so I think anybody can be anywhere. There are not many questions otherwise. I mean, there is a question that how is textile sector uh, doing after the lockdown?
Yeah. So the textile sector has started picking up since last 2 months. So the medical sector, the medical textiles had done quite well
Very well, yeah.
in the last year because of the mask and protection gear and even the hospital, requirements. So one of the things which everybody in the industry needs to understand, and I will not go into detail because that is not the focus of this discussion,
Yeah.
but the textile sector has geotextiles, medical textiles, what you say, hazardous, the firefighters, this thing and all. So certain segments are never out of business.
Yeah.
You are always in need. Army fatigues, all those productions are always in there. Well, fashion, apparel, those sectors have suffered. However, the machinery and the production for many companies were able to adapt very quickly to the need. So I would say that last few months they have even started exporting. That is what the feedback I got from the industry. So now they are doing all right, and they are hoping that in the next 3-4 months, and we have an event coming up in December in 10 days time to do the networking. Yeah, on 3rd of December.
So that's going to
So
be a virtual.
virtual event. It's a
Okay.
virtual event. So
Okay.
it's a buyer seller meet and a technology seminar for 3 days.
Okay.
So we are discussing on the latest technology from the German university, Aachen University. The professor will talk about it. So the intention and the activity purpose intended behind this activity is for the society to provide a stimulant for the textile industry, because 2020 has gone slow down and we couldn't do much events. So we are doing this networking for all the companies to connect with their dealers, customers, agents, distributors, and also technology training for their staff. So they are going into 2021 with, with the
Oh,
momentum.
wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah,
So,
some 40 countries are participating in this.
or 20 countries, huh?
40.
40 countries. Okay. There is one more. What Sudhir Abhichandani has said, would like to associate with you for exhibitions. Suggest a way. Sudhir, I have not understood this question. What I mean, I associate with you for exhibitions. Who you want to get associated with Seemaji? It's the question is not very clear. See, there's
Well,
it's yeah. Sorry. Yeah,
I
yeah,
guess they should connect with you, Himanshuji,
yeah,
and probably then,
yeah.
since you are the coordinator and you are the
I will do that.
person who's looking into many programs for future.
Yeah.
Yeah, so fair enough. You connect with Himanshuji and he should be able to help you out. Or alternately, please visit india-itme.com. That is, I
That's the
think,
website. Yeah.
yes. And you will be able to connect with me there. All our contact information is there.
Yeah.
And you will be able to put an email or chat with us, or yeah, something like that.
Sudhir, I will send you my email ID as well. So you write to me what exactly you want to, how you want to get associated, what is the way you want to get associated, and then we will take it from there. Yeah. Any more? There are not many more questions. I think most of it we answered it without we have not given them any chance for them to ask questions. So I think so. It has been a very wonderful discussion, great talk, and Simaji, I really thank you for your time, valuable time, and this valuable information. In fact, for me, the takeaway is I understood little more about this particular society than just I just looked at it as a exhibition and the large exhibition which happens in the country. So really, it's been a great time we had. Thank you very much for your time, your insight, and thank you very much for this commitment which you have done for the students who can come and work on the show, before the show or during the show. So thank you so much, and I hope your show. I wish you luck for your virtual event, which is now going to take place in 10 days. In fact, I will also try to log in and have a look at.
Please do.
Can I be able to log in and have a look, because I'm not from the textile industry.
Yes. Uh, so what I will have is my office sent you a VIP invitation.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it automatically filters the non
Very,
industry.
very true. It has to be. Yeah, it has
Yeah.
to.
So I will have you send a VIP invitation so you can log in and see. And if, yeah.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. I think there is sorry, there is a before after we said thank you, there is one question which has come. No, they're just saying that it was a very good webinar. Thank you very much,
Yeah.
Seemaji and Himanshu. So thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to interact with all the people who are there today, and also hopefully it will encourage a lot more youngsters to join what we, you, me, and other people have, done. And they would enjoy as much as we have enjoyed, and great friendship and great support and associations which we have enjoyed over the, our job. And great thing is exhibition industry has great teamwork, because we can't survive one on
Without this.
one. It is like sports,
Yes, yes.
service partners and the organizers and everybody has to come together to make a successful event, to make our nation proud, and the nation to able to host an event. So thank you so much, Himanshuji, and thank you so much for this brilliant concept which you have come up. And thank you all the participants who have patiently shared the time and shown the patience to listen to my journey in this industry. All of you have made my time with exhibition industry a beautiful memory for me, beautiful experience for me, beautiful learning for me, and I thank each one of you for that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and all the best.
Thank you.
Bye bye. Bye.
Thank you very
Bye.
much.